Welcome to the Ghost Show online, my fiends, booze, and ghouls. Your hosts, Seika Groves, Rachel Benter, and Ian Russell will discuss all things paranormal. Prepare to be afraid.
Show, we thought we would talk about our own personal experiences. And I know, Rachel, we've done a show like this in the past, but it was like way back when we were doing the paranormal podcast, and it was just you and I. And so it's been probably several years since we've talked about our own personal experiences. So I'm going to put Ian on the spot because he's right in front of the haunted piano. So let's start with Ian.
That wasn't lost on me, Ian. I saw that. How impressive.
Ian and the haunted piano.
Yeah, she's a beauty, isn't she?
Yes. I love the dark wood. Gorgeous.
Yeah. No, it's.
I love this very weird, and I love the very weird rendition of Mozart on your piano.
Yeah.
The carving is bizarre.
Yes.
With his Pinocchio nose.
That's great.
He's a very heavy set Mozart.
Yeah.
I would say Mozart at the age of 60, but he only lived to 34.
But Rachel, they sure don't make them like this anymore. That's for sure.
No, it's a beautiful piano.
Such a gorgeous piece.
This was manufactured in 1863.
Ooh.
I found the manufacturer's serial number inside, and thanks to the miracle of the internet, I was able to trace it back and find out the exact year it was manufactured. And
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it still works.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
I love it. At one point, too, and it had the brass candle fold-outs that you could fold out to put your candles on either side of the sheet music. And everything. And it was actually manufactured in Hamilton, Ontario, where you live.
Oh.
I ended up giving it away because when we moved here, it was just heavy and, cumbersome. I had gotten it given to me from somebody that I knew that had a haunted pub, and it was in their haunted pub. So we used to call it the haunted piano. Got it tuned up, everything. It was kind of cool, but it never really held a tune. So. Yeah. But I ended up sharing it with somebody else just because it was heavy and I didn't want to move it. So,
but this thing is so out of tune. It's
but that's the beauty of them, right?
But it adds to the creepiness.
It does.
So I'm not going to have it tuned at all, and nobody here can play anyways.
Oh, there you go.
What's the point of getting it tuned if you don't know how to play?
No, you just have to dust it.
Yeah.
Or not, like Morticia Adams. Add dust.
She's right.
That's like my collections. They're dusty. They get a dusting maybe once a year.
Gotcha. That's it.
You dust off Bob. Bob and Pete get dusted, I hope.
Bob is actually in a case, completely sealed, so he doesn't get dusty. Right, so he's preserved, and actually there's a lot of things inside glass cases and stuff that are pretty good, but it tends to be the tops of those cases from time to time, and I notice worse in the winter than in the summer when the heat comes on, right? So anyway, all right, Ian, tell us about this cool piano.
Okay, well, haunted piano, and
does it have a name? Wait, I have to ask, did you name the piano?
No, it's just haunted piano.
Just the haunted piano.
It just has a lot of history attached to it. And you were saying some paranormal activity?
As I say, it was manufactured in 1863. And what's really cool is that, you're not going to be able to see it here, but on the inside of this very last key, the original
we're trying to look.
You can't see
Sorry.
It's written on the side of the key. You can't see it from here. But the original owner actually wrote his name on the side of the key. Which
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
And we don't have any proof, but we believe that this is the energy that is still attached to the piano.
Okay. Wow.
And so this piano came from an old farmhouse in Smithville, Ontario.
Ah, Chicken Town.
And it was donated to the former Museum of the Paranormal in Niagara-on-the-Lake. From there, it went to our friends at the Ghost Walks, who then have donated the piano to us because they've moved into a smaller location and couldn't take the piano with them. So
smaller than where they were?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's where Daniel has moved. It's literally the very next door shop.
Oh, that tiny little closet.
It's about half the size of what he had.
Which was already a closet.
Yeah, so there was no way he could take this. So he offered it to us and said, you know, hey, if you guys want it, I'd love for you to take it.
Wow.
So how could we refuse?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so anyways, I had heard through Daniel that this piano had been heard playing on its own while it was in the museum. And of course, you've got to just take it as it is because nobody was there to document it. Unlike now where I'm going crazy doing EVP sessions all night and recording stuff. And, so it's been heard playing on its own. And so once we got
is it playing
here,
an actual tune or just like one note?
Yeah,
or
you
is
could
it
just
playing
hear,
a melody?
You could apparently it was just you could hear keys being played. And I will verify this because it's happened now that I've had it here. That we have had activity ramp up in this house so much since we brought this piano in.
Wow.
My mother is a psychic, and she looks at this piano and she can see a aura energy all around it. Trudy is not psychic, but she's sensitive. And same thing, when she walks past, she can feel a presence.
Right.
And
well, that would be natural to me because it is, somebody's personal item. I mean, when you said about the original owner, putting their name on it, that strikes me as something that I agree with you that it would sort of hold something of a connection. They obviously had a connection to it. And piano players, they play for hours, they practice for hours and hours and hours.
Right.
All that time and energy right there at the piano. I can definitely see why there might be some sort of spiritual attachment to it.
Even a residual energy with the piano.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, the activity has just ramped up, not necessarily.
So do you think someone's protective of the piano?
I think it's this fellow John, and I know that's his name because it's written on the key.
Inside. Right.
I think, he's the one that is still attached to this piano and has come with it.
Interesting.
And so we brought it in, the ladies are seeing and feeling this energy. And for myself, as I say, activity just went woo. And one night I was downstairs watching TV. And of course, this is still in the end of March when we got it. And there's also Igor here.
Oh, nice. He's cute.
He sits on this chest.
I like him. He's cute.
Yeah, he's so cute.
So what happened is I got up and I went to turn the fireplace on. Now, of course, I've been busy watching TV, so I'm not paying attention to anything else. I get up, reach down, go over to the fireplace, reach down to flip the switch. This guy is no longer sitting on the wooden chest. He has moved 3 feet across the room and is sitting on the side of the fireplace.
Nice. I've had that happen before with other objects. Yeah.
So
he's super cute, though.
Yeah. So, like, there's no way. If you look at him, he's bottom heavy. There's no way that he's going to fall off this wooden chest
and bounce his way over to
and bounce 3 feet across the room to sit upright, literally next to the fireplace.
Wow.
So, as I said, we've been doing investigations. I've been leaving my audio recorder out here all night, just letting it go in case I get something, and I did. A couple of weeks ago, middle of the night, my recorder picked up 3 notes.
Nice.
Oh.
Boom, boom.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so that's
now, is that the note? Is that the key that he had his name on? Is that?
No, I have no idea which. As I say, I'm not musically inclined whatsoever, so I have no.
If I was to hear it, I would probably know which key is being played.
What key was actually being played, but we got 3 notes in a row, and it was like, okay, jackpot.
That's cool.
How about that?
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So that's a fun object to move into your house for. So that's really cool, Ian. I really like. I gotta come and see it again because, like I said, I've seen this piano before. I've actually played this piano before.
Yes.
You know, not that I'm a piano player, but I can play a couple of tunes. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really beautiful piano.
Oh, it is.
I'd love to see it up close. I would definitely love to take a look and see what I can pick up from it.
One
see if I can feel energy.
One day when
we will. One day.
Those things
One day.
Once we all get out of this mess that's raging out there.
One
yes,
day.
Exactly.
So, Rachel, what are you going to tell us about today?
Well, actually, since we were talking about haunted objects, I've mentioned this one to you before, Seika, but it's my favorite, and I'm sharing it with the Facebook audience now too. We owned, my mother owned this ventriloquist doll.
Oh, yes.
Charlie.
Yes, you did tell me like this.
And this, it has been in the family with us. Our family has accordions. They're quite a musical family. They're the Tamboros, and they traveled from Italy as immigrants to England, and they played on the accordions. They have some gorgeous music, playing things like Ave Maria, and very proud of their musical background. Every sort of family event that I went to had a very, it was very nostalgically Italian with all the accordions going. It was truly beautiful. I loved it. And passed down in the family were the accordions from my grandfather to my mother. My mother taught accordion lessons, but also part of that act was this ventriloquist doll.
Now, did you tell me you don't have it anymore, right?
I don't. I got rid of it. I could not
continue
living with it. I had to get rid of it. I had to. Yeah, my husband regrets me getting rid of it, I think, too, but it was very creepy. So it had ginger, bright orange, red hair, and there was a little thing that sat, and it had a little black trousers and shoes. And you put your hand, obviously in the back of it, and its mouth moved. I hated this thing. The eyes were very wide and.
Did it have freckles?
Yes, freckles across it. Yes, exactly.
Right.
But there was something about it. The energy in itself was just, oh my gosh! I never liked it. I never felt good about it being around me. I would put it in a closet, and it would somehow end up somewhere else. I put it in my closet, and it would somehow end up, I didn't have an explanation as to how it was ending up in other locations, like my bedroom. I couldn't stand this thing. I mean, because to me, it was the way it looked. It was very, malicious looking, even though it has a vacant expression.
That's probably what made it malicious looking, the vacant, blank, staring eyes.
Exactly. I'm not a dull person.
Face, right?
I'm never a dull person to begin with. My mom absolutely loved it because it was a family sort of heirloom and she wanted it to be passed on. But I honestly, I'll be honest with you, I hated this thing with a passion. And I think it was just...
dolls can be creepy. I know.
Yes, dolls can be very creepy. Yeah. I'm not sure if I have a picture of it. I will look for a picture for you, but you can come to your own conclusions about how creepy this thing looked. But yeah, I think you looked it up on the internet as well, Seika. I think you found some that kind of resembled this type of doll.
Since we're on the topic of haunted dolls, suddenly, I've got an experience.
Okay, let's hear it.
We were doing a paranormal investigation at Castle Kilbride.
Oh yes, I know that one well.
Which is in Baden, Ontario, which is in
just outside Waterloo.
Kitchener-Waterloo area. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in association with Daniel and the Ghost Walks, because he was setting up his Ghost Walk for that location.
Right.
And
that's a beautiful building too.
Oh, it's beautiful. And what Daniel does is he brings Trudy and myself in as his paranormal team when he needs a team. And so there was us, and he also had a team of psychics come in. And we had fantastic free range of the building, where normally it's restricted. You can't go into the rooms. They're stanchioned off. There's no photography allowed. All of that was dropped for us. You know, we could go right into the rooms. We could take photographs and videos. And anyways, we were drawn into the one bedroom upstairs so Castle Kilbride was built by James Livingston, who was a very wealthy man who got his fortune from flax and milling linseed oil.
Yep.
And his granddaughter, her name was Laura Louise, and we were attracted to her bedroom. Just as I said, we had free reign of the entire building, which is a beautiful mansion house for the time.
Yeah, it's quite pretty. It's a Georgian style Italian.
I'll have to look that up.
One room that we
has a widow's walk on the top.
Yeah, there's a widow's walk. I
love widow's walks. They're so pretty.
But we were drawn into Laura Louise's bedroom. And okay, you talk about dolls. There is this god awful, creepy
doll the dolls
in there that is it's wearing like I guess you could call it like a bellhop uniform.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the creepiest bloody doll
I've ever seen. I know the one you're talking about.
This is the creepiest bloody doll I've ever seen.
I love that doll.
I think about it now. I'm talking about it now and I'm getting the creeps.
Exactly. See?
I actually have a picture of it.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Too.
I have to go dig through it. It's on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, there on the wall of the bedroom, there's this beautiful portrait of Laura Louise as a young girl.
Young girl, yeah.
And her, I guess, most treasured toy was a different
doll.
Not the bellhop, but a different one.
Yes.
Oh.
And what's really cool is that this actual doll is in that bedroom still today, inside a rounded glass case.
Right, in a dome, yeah.
And as I said, we were drawn into the room, we were drawn into doing our investigation, focused on this little doll inside the case. And this
did it have a high
for
EMF reading?
What's that?
Did you check to see if it had a high EMF reading or anything?
Oh yeah, we had our EMF detectors and REM pods and everything. And so after a couple hours, it's like I'm going, okay, guys, let's take a break. And so let's shut everything off except for our SB7 spirit box. Take a break. Let's go out into the hallway, get a breath of fresh air. So we did that. And when we walked out into that hallway,
it just started,
over the spirit box, screamed this female voice that said, "Come back." And it was like, wow. Now, did it come from the doll? Was this the energy of Laura Louise?
Right.
I don't know, but we were focused on this doll, walked away, and we were just, come back. And wow. It was amazing.
That house is really cool. It has beautiful Tiffany lamps, and I love at the bottom on the staircase the big, beautiful Art Deco. The lamp that's attached to the actual bottom of the pillar of this. It's just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it is.
It sounds gorgeous.
So here's a funny story, and I wasn't going to talk about dolls, but we're on it. So this is my little cutie here. I don't know if we can really see. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see.
Cutie.
Oh,
isn't it adorable?
Yes.
There's a Jack in the Box.
That is so creepy.
He's the cutest little thing ever.
No,
this little Jack in the Box was at a antique market mall. Actually, you may have been to that antique mall, Ian. It's in went right out of my head. Woodstock. Have you ever been to the big?
I have not. I know of it, though. I know exactly where you're.
So it's in that big old factory. It's like 4 floors high, right? They have thousands of things. So a friend and myself decided we were going to go there one day, and we literally spent the entire day in this place. We went floor to floor. We did the first 2 floors, then we took a lunch break, and then we came back and we did. So we're looking through, and she found some really cool stuff. And I was walking through, and there was this little lonely cutie right here.
Oh, no.
He was up there, and my friend says, "Oh my God, you have to have this. This is totally pretty." So I went, "Yeah, it's pretty cute, right?" And I'm thinking, what's it doing here? Because all of the toys and all the other things are down on the 1st or 2nd floor. This is upstairs on the 3rd floor where they have a lot of furniture and old telephones and all kinds of weird, just old house gadgets, right? Fans, posters. And this little guy's sitting on this shelf. So I said, okay, well, so she picks him up and she puts him down somewhere else, and he's just sitting there. And I said, okay, if he's still there when we come back, I'll take him home. Right. So we go around and we come around the store, and he's not there. Right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, okay. So I figure somebody just picked him up and moved him. Right. So we go looking around. Don't see him. And then I end up finding him on a shelf behind some stuff. Right. And it was like, so then there's a guy on that floor. So I said to him, I picked it up. Right. And he starts laughing and he goes, "Oh, did you want that?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Good." He goes, "I really am tired of looking at this thing. It creeps me out every time I come up here."
Oh, that's
so of course, he came home with me. He's
tired
really
of looking at it.
He's very well behaved.
I can relate.
It's like this. I have a disembodied in hand on a very old haunted hotel bell.
That is creepy.
Right, that's on my sideboard. But I have all kinds of interesting things, like these babies. Oh, Rachel, you'll like these. These are my babies. These are my teddies.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, they're
I see it. I see what they are.
This one sings a church song for you. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. How creepy is that?
These are Lee Howard's. I love Lee Howard's bears. They're called quiet room bears. And I always collect them when I go to the, in Niagara Falls, they have the, what is it? What's it called? Frightmare. Because I did it for a number of years. Frightmare. I had my oddities booth there. And I always pick up, I love his stuff. It's just really creepy. But, so my story had nothing to do with dolls. We got on the doll thing. And I
I went down that road, but it wasn't
other haunted dolls. Actually, is she over there? Oh, she is. I'm I'm going to get you my beautiful haunted doll. Hang on.
All right, then.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah, the back of her background looks normal. She's got all that creepy stuff there.
Well,
I'm not sure what to expect now.
I know, right? Oh dear.
No, she's actually really, truly
The dolls thing wasn't
a
planned.
beautiful doll.
Oh wow! Look at that.
She's a really, really beautiful piece.
How
Oh, it
awesome is that?
Yeah.
That is pretty.
1799.
Wow.
Wow.
She is so old. Look at her little feet with her shoes.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a beautiful doll. Like her face, everything. Her
That's very
ponytail
pretty.
is missing. You can see she would have had a human hair or some sort of hair that was there. It's missing, right? So yeah. I didn't replace it because I thought, why would I? Right? I just leave her
don't
in
alter it.
She's got character.
natural state.
Yeah.
But she was given to me because she is not that friendly.
Not that friendly.
Apparently not. Apparently she's a bit of a bully.
Oh.
Got personal
What do you mean by
experience
that?
with this.
Mhm.
Do tell.
I find I haven't got an issue with her, but yes, she used to be in a shop, and actually the same friend that I went shopping with, thing here, they didn't want anything to do with her. They were just like they had been trying to sell her for, I don't know, 15 years, 20. Nobody wanted her. Nobody wanted. Yeah, apparently she.
I don't get that bad vibes from it just looking at it, but I'm not holding it. So
well, I'm holding her. I hold her out and move her around.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking up.
Right, but yeah, no, people just didn't. They just did not like her energy, and I don't know. I think she's really like.
I think she's beautiful, actually. I like that doll.
So, like she's just a beautiful painted.
She is. She's pretty
doll, right? And I don't know. People don't like her. Apparently, she gives off an energy that makes.
I think, as I was saying, it's psychological. Once you get it into your head that particular item is causing problems,
I think so. And I mean, my friend's store, she's very, she has the same abilities as us, Rachel. So I don't know, but she's like, here, you can you can have her home with you because you seem to like these things. So
that's a very pretty doll. I like that.
I think she's beautiful, and I have a couple of other ones. Actually, I did sell a piece that I had to another friend. She just bought one, probably my most haunted doll, and she told me she had her for maybe a week, and she had her in the bedroom, and she loves her. Right? Because she was one of these ones too, where it was like people were really afraid of her. A porcelain doll, but not an old porcelain doll, like probably from the 60s or 70s. Those ones, almost like those Marie Osmond ones.
Yes.
Marie Osmond used to have all these porcelain dolls. And so like that, but very pretty. She's really nice quality doll. Mm-hmm. But I literally had this woman come in and hand them to me. She gave me 2 in a bag, and she's like, I don't care what you do with these. Just,
wow.
She said that this doll would move and would do these things. Now, I had the doll here for probably 3 years anyways. And unfortunately, she just didn't make it into my collection with my other ones. She was sitting up here in my office in the spare bedroom on the bed with the other haunted dolls, because that's so it's like, well, some of them do, because I have other ones out, and I just don't have the room right now. But so she was up here, but she took her home, and she loves her. And she said she put her on her nightstand beside her bed. And I guess she has a statue of Jesus there as well. And apparently after, I don't know, she'd had her for a little bit, she came home one day to find the statue of Jesus had been pushed off of the night's table and had broken fingers or something. And she's like,
oh my goodness.
And I'm like, I did tell you she's a little bit of a troublemaker. Right? But yeah, but she just loves her. And I'm so happy for that because, again, it's one of those things where, and I said, just talk to it. It sounds crazy, right? But just, talk to it, make your peace with it. Because then maybe you won't have any issues out of her, right? Because I find I bring these things home and they're like stray cats, right? For me, it's the haunted wooden dolls.
Yes,
right?
I love that description. That's perfect.
I take home the haunted stray dolls that nobody wants. But at the end of the day, I never seem to have an issue with them because I'm okay with them and I'm not afraid of them. And I think that when you fear things, you add a certain amount of energy, and then that
absolutely,
that could be ramping up whatever.
Thank you for watching The Ghost Show Online. Join your hosts again next week as they discuss more tales of the supernatural, the paranormal, and all things spectacular. See you soon.